If you could have one more with your ex consequence-free, would you? Why or why not? Story 1. I would not hesitate, but my heart knows better. If by consequence-free you mean that somehow magically I'm going to feel okay about it, or not feel anything about it, apart from the physical sensations of sure, of course she's hot, would be the absolute worst thing for my mental health at this time though. Edit to add this comment has probably got more attention than anything I've posted on Reddit. I feel the need to state that, to all of the guys in the replies saying that they get it and feel exactly the same, or whatever. No you don't, you've misunderstood me, or I misspoke. Men are not simple and women are not inherently bad or wicked creatures sent out to prey on us poor, simple men. Dicks don't actually think and cannot be held liable for the actions of their owners. Own your mistakes, recognize your flaws and do better. I'm so sick of hearing things like don't stick you're in crazy. As if a great number of men are not out here being manipulative, narcissistic and abusive. Straight women are over it. I'm on Reddit daily, having a public breakdown. But you know what, it's my fault. I'm exactly where I put myself. I need to do better. Men need to do better. Story 2. No, she's a narcissist. I am not going to give her any kind of satisfaction, whether it be sexy time or stroking her ego because she feels I want her, etc. Story 3. No, if only there was actually such thing as consequence-free. I want to say yes, but he would make me fall in love again, I know it, then would just break my heart again. Story 4. No, it's just not worth it. I want a committed and loving relationship where we grow old together. I'm not going to put my heart through pain again for something ephemeral. Story 5. Absolutely. Better than my wife. Our libidos were much more similar and the getting there was much more smooth, just being real. Obviously there's more to happiness and a successful relationship than however. Story 6. No, I'm in a relationship right now and we both dearly love each other and this is the happiest I've been in my life. I'd never do that to my woman. Even if I was single, absolutely not. She went apeshit crazy after we broke up. She had a child with her estranged half-brother who then abused her and pimped her out for years. I hope she's alright, but there will be no more shagging. Story 7. Even though she threw that back on me at an egregious angle and it gripped like an autistic kid holding the class pet, I'd have to say no. My heart couldn't take the pain of seeing her again. Story 8. No, my might fall off if I tried that. Oh absolutely. Our lifestyles didn't mesh well, but in bed it was perfection. Can't base a relationship solely around though. Her family hated me. Story 9. Yes, my old high school girlfriend. I honestly think she's better looking now than when we stopped seeing each other in our early 20s. With her was out of this world, but her parents hated my guts. We hooked up one time about a year after we stopped seeing each other and the fireworks were incredible, so yeah, I love to one more time. It was hands down the best, most spiritual experience of my life. Is my heart going to be turned off? Is my healing going to have to reset? If it's all good emotionally, then yeah. Story 10. I thought about it. Hard no. I'm already married to the best and the hottest woman of my life. Also she's been wanting to try some new stuff lately. I want to play this out. Story 11. Nope. Been with my wife 30 years and she's the best. My ex and I had fun but it was never achieved the mind-blowing level my wife and I sometimes have. There might be a couple of quick flings one-nighters I'd revisit though, but I would never do that to my wife. Story 12. Yeah, why not? Is cold pizza theory. No, I had the offer with one of my ex-GFS. She tracked me down a couple of years after we broke up, and I went as far as driving down to where she was living a couple of hours drive away. I just couldn't do it, and she was by far my best partner. We were 2 to 3 times a day when we were together. None of the rest of my relationships was the good enough to want to suffer through ever again. A couple of one-night stands maybe, but none of my ex-GFS. Story 13. Hell no, listen, I'm all for banging crazies, but there's a limit to how crazy. That and I'm clean and I want to stay that way. Plus they really don't deserve a good time with me. Story 14. No, mainly because I'm not single and my wife would not be a happy camper, but if I was single sure why not, I wouldn't want a relationship with them again, but is pretty sure everyone has 1 or 2 shags they would take back if they could but can't take it back, so what can you do? Story 15. Depends on the ex. My ex-wife, no way, an ex-girlfriend or someone I had casual with. Yes, unfortunately yes, she was crazy and that was the best part. She was all kinds of toxic but that was top-notch. Sigh. Story 16. Nope. I have many exes that are or were quite beautiful, but they are exes for reasons. I have a fling with my beautiful wife quite often. She is enough for me. Story 17. I totally would. We ended on decent terms and stayed in contact, which is basically just send each other funny memes once in a while. Been separated for 6 or 7 years now. Would love to see any new tricks kinks she's developed over the years, and also share my new kinks with her. Story 18. No, was never the problem between us, but he'll never do it again. He had me too many times to begin with, especially when he was the one who stepped out. No, not happening. He's been dead for almost 20 years now. Story 19. All these people saying no for whatever reason, but that one ex you refer to can't be your only ex, right? Are you all saying every one of your exes had the same issues? Story 20. If I could go back in time and do it, absolutely. It was wild as, she rocked my world back then. She was crazy as, definitely not marriage material but one of a kind, great in bed. Story 21. Depends on the ex. But sure, as long as the consequence I get to not have is any memory of it happening whatsoever, and I'm including her in that because I know it her up mentally just as much as it would me. Story 22. The recent ex-boyfriend. No, he kicked me to the curb with no real reason given. The ex-husband. No, that cheated on me. I'd love to go around with her at this stage of life. It's been 40 years since we split up. I wonder if she's gotten any more adventurous than she used to be. Story 23. Yeah, sure. She wasn't notably good in bed, but she was hotter than more recent flings, so sure. Probably would be a reminder of why we broke up. And that mediocre was adding to the already not great relationship. Story 24. My ex is an insane narcissist. In bed, she's better than anything I've seen in. Wish I could have the second without the first. If consequence-free was real, I'm up for it. Story 25. Nope. I love my boyfriend now so much. He's wonderful and gorgeous. My ex-husband. Truthfully, I didn't know any better, so I didn't realize he was such an and the sucked. Story 26. In her prime with no strings attached. Yes, the years have not been kind to her, regrettably. I was sad to hear she's still having to fight her demons. Story 27. As another commenter pointed out, I wouldn't hesitate, but I would be really disappointed in myself above all else. I mean, just the thought of giving that pleasure or satisfaction to someone who hurt me so badly with no remorse is embarrassing. What kind of man would I be? Also, thanks for the reminder. Decided to scroll for a few more minutes before getting off. I'm sure gonna be thinking about my ex till I fall asleep now. Story 28. No, I am in a relationship. Consequences or not, it's still cheating, and that is morally wrong, and I would not ever condone it. So no, I would not, because consequences or not, I am faithful.